Hi, it's Josie. I have redone this so many times. I feel very camera shy and incredibly awkward. And I think I hit a sweet spot where I was very comfortable filming. And now I might be a level of robotic, but sometimes I talk way too stinking fast. So I'm gonna try and get through this finally. Earlier, I had the appliances going and my 3 kiddos being very loud in the background. Kind of hard to hear, and also I'm not gonna be doing this when my priorities want me. So now I can do it. Anyway, I did a short of December 30th, 2023 to December 30th, 2024. And first week of January seems like a great time to kind of look at the progress from, having my last baby, although technically that's September 2023 and not just 2024 until now. But it's around that year mark, like 15 months, And going forward, I would like to be able to start uploading more consistently because I was able to do that for my second and third full-term pregnancies. Because I am going to be undergoing a sort of corrective surgery, and I haven't been able to find a whole lot of information online about it. And I want to be able to also help people who have been in my position looking for it. Now I'm going ahead and biting the bullet. I guess I can't truly say that until I actually undergo it. It is going to be a little bit intensive, but I have been able to find forums and I have found a couple vlogs. But what I'm going to be doing is not one of the more common surgeries. So I want to be able to put information out there to help anyone else who ends up going through something similar. Because I really want that information. And I'm really relying heavily on just text-based forums and obviously talking to my doctor, my physicians, about what to expect. I'm excited, nervous, but excited. As far as this video is concerned, I'm mostly just going to be looking at the postpartum recovery. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to be voicing over it. This is a little bit low effort because it has taken way too much time just trying to get to this point, and I had to kind of get over myself because of perfectionism. Like, you know what? I can cut and splice. I can at least do that. I'm not great at editing, but I can cut out all the likes, and me standing going, So, except I did make you watch that. But now let's go ahead and just get into, me commenting on the progress that I've had and just how excited I am going forwards to finally be out of that pregnancy and newborn phase. So the format for this is just going to kind of be, if there's text, I will either duplicate or just allow the image to stay longer so you can read it. But that was within the first week. There's before vacuum hold, there's performing a vacuum hold. Like, I just have a weak core, and yes, I'm going to look a little thicker here, and I did not put any images side by side. So a lot of postpartum is like fluid retention. Yes, you have fat. So, you can read that 1 week postpartum, 159 pounds to 140 something. I didn't even read that when doing this overlay. But a lot of progress happens quickly. But I think the biggest thing you'll find throughout this video is just how much my core strength had improved. Even beyond the weight, there's going to be images where I appear to, like, look, see, that's a vacuum hold. Do you see, like, the way the skin is sagging? For skin to be so crepey like that, know that it's just skin at that point. So that is so much more progress than that first week I had the baby. Look at me trying to fit into my clothes. They're so too small. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to see what I was working with. But as I was saying, my goodness, I can't speak. You will see some later videos where I am still like in the 130s, and yet you can see my abs. So see here, I'm about 2 months postpartum. I'm starting to get stronger again. And as you noticed, my core is beginning to look more toned. And part of that is knowing the lighting and everything, but there's clearly a difference. Like, you see how my skin is able to start sagging. I have started to lose weight by this point, but it's still kind of bulging, and there's a whole lot that has to go into diastasis recti. I did have the largest separation after this last baby that I had. So it was a lot of work and one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, you see that plus 6 weeks weight. As in 6 weeks. I can't speak. Dang it. Not a big deal anymore. This is 3 months postpartum, December 30th, 2023, which is, a little bit over 3 months after I had my last baby in September. So I was really feeling myself that day when I took that video, and you're going to be able to see too just how much better my vacuum holds got. You can see those muscle outlines on the side. This is honestly not the best lighting to really show, but look how much stronger that vacuum hold is. And those are one of the things I was able to do postpartum is those vacuum holds right away. And I'm pointing out the asymmetry in my arms. So I'm right-handed, but I'd be carrying my baby with my left arm. And I even still mostly carry my kids if I need to with my left arm. And I have a lot of asymmetry because of that. And here I am just looking at just how much it's just loose skin as well. I probably should have moved it around when I was flexed because I was just wiggling unflexed muscle as well. Anyway, there's those vacuum holds, just doing a multi-shot. I think I can go past this video. There's no real reason to keep on this. Okay, now here are some pictures of my core in which I am like doing a very slight crunch, and that's kind of how you do the check, which was 2 fingers when I gave birth. And I really was beginning to feel much leaner at this point. So this is like January. Look at that. And I told you about the lighting, depending on what time of day, really beginning to feel like myself again. But at this point, I will tell you, it was a lot more of just like holding it in. So now here is where I think I was like 131 or 132 pounds. It's not really a big deal, but I am starting to get the abage again. Yes, flexing, and that lighting is very much right above my head so that you can really see muscles. But this is fueling my motivation and fire to keep going. And I don't know why I'm flexing the back because I don't work my back. I should work my back, but I don't. Here's the classic bathroom pictures. And look at that. Is that February or March? Let me just check real quick. Yeah, so far so good on the dates. That was February. I believe it said February 1st. So I was starting to get leaner. And this is when I began to think maybe I should start working on more mobility exercises. Like, I hate the asymmetry. It bothers me. And I still have it. I think it's a little bit better now, but I am still trying to correct it. To think of all the things I could be dysmorphic over, it's because I held my precious little one. But always in just the same arm and never swapping. So if I had to give you advice, maybe try to use both your arms when you're carrying your kids. Or alternate is what I mean by that. Here I am. I was really getting into trying to work my arms. I don't know. Oh, here's a good one. So this is me doing pull-ups, and this is one of my 2025 goals, is to be able to do pull-ups again and be able to do a good 10 without my abdominal muscles giving out because of the internal pressure just pushing on that weak center line. And I think I've been able to do quite a bit because those are pretty good. Now, I did start to feel it. If you see in the end, they poke out just right in the center. But yeah, that is something you have to be mindful of after having kids. I'm kind of feeling myself here. This is in July, and this is right before I am making some more changes and really beginning to incorporate training until failure, and sucking it up and doing my walking lunges and learning to do deadlifts, because I have hated doing deadlifts. But I don't have the type of equipment that I would otherwise have if I were attending an actual gym. So I need to do it. Now we're in August, and I wanted to look really cute for my anniversary, and I did this. But look at those legs. I had been doing my lunges, and I had been doing my deadlifts, and I have been hanging out in that tension area, really working on training until failure, which when you don't have heavy weights, it's going to take a while. Pardon the audio change. Something funny you'll see throughout this video is the evolution of my home gym. I do get more weights as time goes on, but not equipment. And heck yeah, baby, in this picture, this is kind of me starting to lose fat. So it was getting serious that I would be doing this surgery eventually. And something I want to do is do a cut so that by the time I need to recover for about 2 to 4 months, it's mostly going to be working on my mobility, and I'm not going to be as concerned. So if I end up gaining 15 to 20 pounds because I am focusing on recovering and not just trying to starve myself, because here I'm not starving. I'm eating more like soup, drinking more water. And you know what? Instead of having like a soda, I'm having a diet soda. Because for me, it's not like I drink a ton of that. And, you know, I'm just doing my coffee black. There's a lot of ways in which my liquid calories I can just reduce. Look at that vacuum hold. Look how much stronger my core is. And something I would say, if you are not used to weighing yourself daily, it's just going to drive you crazy. If you are, then you'll know that weighing yourself daily can sometimes show you if you have food sensitivities, and also just how working out, if your muscles, you know, are all nice and sore, you're also going to have water weight. Every time I do a rest day, my weight drops, like especially if it's 2 days. So I don't let that scare me. 100% progress photos are probably the best way to go. Although I do like knowing, like, based on weight, like if I have a food sensitivity, like every time I eat ice cream, it just confirms that for 3 days I'm going to be out of it. Plus my trips to the bathroom. Look at that side profile. So here is one. I look at that. January 1st, 2024, December 30th, 2024. I think this is a great way to end the video because I can go off on a tangent for some crazy things. And here is that video. Here's a more long version of that video that was in my short to just kind of end it, get us back on track, keep me from going off on rabbit trails about food journaling and food sensitivities and my bathroom habits, because I don't think you care about that right now. And if you do, you'll let me know in a comment, and then maybe I can talk about it more. But I'm not a nutritionist, and I'm not one of those doctors who specializes in people's stool samples or bathroom habits. I'm just not. But this is my progress. I've leaned out quite a bit. I'm very pleased. I got a little bit more to go because, again, I want to just have a breather for 2 to 4 months. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. If you like that, you can give me a thumbs up. It's encouraging. I'm very excited for 2025 because the thing is a 2 to 4 month blip in recovering. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's not nearly as much. It's like 9 months of pregnancy and then that 4th trimester postpartum care. So I'm very excited to see, you know, like I'm gonna maybe, you know, hopefully again do a December 30th, 2024 to December 30th, 2025. And that would be so cool. All right, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And thank you for sticking around and giving me some support or your view if you made it this far. Bye.